mean, it's a blessing just to be in the situation that I'm in, but it's work. I'm definitely putting in the work to get.
Is this something you wanted to do, or did somebody?
My mom kind of brought it up to me, and then at first I was a little skeptical about it, and I thought about it a little bit. I thought it'd be good for me, especially because it's off season now, and for me to just come in here and talk to these kids. Obviously they're going through a lot, and just to give them some inspiration, or try to give them some inspiration to just becoming a better person. When they get out while they're still in here, but just becoming a better person.
Yeah. What was your main message to get to kids like this? Or?
Just the choices that they make in life. I try to give the example that of football and life are similar in certain ways, and I think choices that you make in life are who you become and what you turn out to be, and it's never too late to make the wrong choice. Kind of just that was kind of my whole message I try to get across to them.
And they're influential at this age too, so it's kind of making an impression.
Definitely, yeah. And like they were asking me about my shoes and all the clothes and cars and whatnot, but at the end of the day, I think they did take the message that I was trying to give them, or I hope they did anyway.
You can tell there's some Seattle area kids.
Yeah, definitely a lot of Seahawks fans.
So this is your only day in town, or are you?
I mean, I'm in Portland right now. I'm about to live in Corvallis in a month, so I just came out to talk to these kids.
Was it a pretty physically demanding year for you?
I would say so. Yeah, I mean, just the fact that I was new to the whole everything and really had to just figure stuff out on my own, and kind of just push my way through it. Obviously you have the phone to talk to people, but there's no one physically there that you can talk to about your problems. Or I was going through a lot. Just in Philadelphia and then getting cut over there and then getting picked up by Cleveland, and it was hard times, but I just kept fighting through it and ended up where I ended up.
Did it feel like almost two different seasons?
In a way, yeah. I mean, one, because it was so damn long. You
had the 4 preseason games.
4 preseason games and the 16 regular season games. So you're playing 20 games, and then basically going from Philadelphia, one system, to going to Cleveland, another system, switching positions, and more being asked from me when I was in Cleveland and in Philadelphia, and so kind of just try to take it and run with it, and then I ended up having put some good film on tape, and I got something to build off of for next year.
How did you take your release by Philadelphia? Was it a personal thing, or did you?
To this day, I don't know. And I know it's a business, and so that's all I really want to say about it. I know that the NFL is a business, and that stuff like that happens, and so it's nothing personal. It's just part of your business.
You take it as motivation, though, once you got to Cleveland?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like I had something to prove when I got to Cleveland, and I just wanted to come out there and just when they gave me opportunities, I just tried to, like I said, take it and run with it, and just do what I can to become a better me, I guess.
Was it ultimately a better move for you?
I think in the end, yeah. You could say you never know what could have happened in Philadelphia, but I think I was able to get my feet wet, and I would return punts. I was a starter on all 4 special teams, and I played a lot of defense. So like I said, I think I put some good film out there, and I think it's something that I can build off of for next year.
Did you have a defining moment this year? One game, one play?
It's that what?
That you'll take from this season? Your best?
I think it was. I think it was when we were playing the Baltimore Ravens when I was with Cleveland. I made a tackle on kickoff return against Jacoby Jones. And it wasn't just a tackle, but it kind of how I made the tackle. I kind of made a move around the blocker and made a tackle inside the 20. And I think that was the moment where I realized I can play in the NFL, and that it was just a game. I was still young. I still am young, but being a rookie, you come in the league, you don't know what to expect, and so you kind of have to get that feel. The same coming into college, kind of to get that feel. But I think that was my defining moment, is when I realized I can play in the league.
How close were you to returning that punt against Jacksonville? It was like the last guy got you by your back foot.
It was because on film what happened, I caught the ball and 2 guys thought I fair caught it, so they kind of stopped, and then I hit the corner, and they kind of realized at the last second that I could break free, and the dude tried to come around and make them block at the last second, and I saw it coming, so I tried to split them, and it clipped my foot. It was close. I mean,
last guy.
It was the last guy. It seems to always happen, but it'll eventually happen. I know it will, so I ain't worried about it right now.
As far as team-wise, it just seemed like the Browns just had a kind of a series of bad luck. I mean, you were in all those games, and then just lost some last-second games, and
yeah, it was tough. I mean, anytime you lose 7 in a row, it's tough. And I mean, but the team, I mean, we had good spirit. I mean, we hated losing, so I mean, we come into work every week, and it wasn't like we weren't working hard to win. It was more like we just, in the game, we'd be in every single game, and then there's something would happen. We just had bad luck in certain situations, and and I think, I want to stay in Cleveland. I want to play with that team and those guys because they're a good group of guys. But this is, you just never know what can happen. But that's my hope right now.
Was it intimidating as far as I know you're a rookie, but being on the field against Brady in the last 2 minutes, what kind of goes through your mind when he's on it?
At the time, nothing. It was just like I was going against another team. But I look back and I'm like, damn. Like they keep showing the same play over and over again on ESPN. When they caught the ball in the end zone and I hit Julian Edelman, they keep showing it back and forth. But just to think I really made it to the point where I was playing Tom Brady in a 2-minute drive, like for the game, even though we lost. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's just kind of surreal looking back on it. But in the game, it's another team. I don't even think like, oh dang, that's Tom Brady. I mean, obviously you got to adjust some things because it is Tom Brady, but it's not like I'm sitting out there thinking like, oh damn, Tom Brady, I should be scared or something. It's just a game.
Was there a lot of pride in the Cleveland defense? You guys were scoring a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, there was a lot of pride, especially when we kept losing. I mean, we just kept telling defensive coordinator kept coming in and just kept motivating us. We're a good defense. We're ranked in the top 10 in the NFL, and just kept motivating us to keep playing and keep doing what we're doing. And and we did. It was fun playing on that defense. It was fun playing with a lot of those guys, and it just sucks the outcome of the year.
Mm-hmm. Can you kind of have a first-hand knowledge now of pressure in the NFL on coaches and quarterbacks? I mean, they let the coach go, and Whedon was facing a lot of pressure there towards the end. Is it like that in the NFL?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on it. I mean, the business part, like you saw Coach Ted get fired like right off the back. Like it's cutthroat. I mean, it's a business, and if you don't perform, that's your job, and so you got to come in every week, ready to play. It's just like taking a test, but you have to pass the test. Mm-hmm. You're coming to study your opponent. Coming in on Wednesday to get a study on your opponent, and you have to get an A on your test, or your job's up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a lot of pressure. I feel like I love the game, and so I love all the preparation for it. They draft you. You're in the NFL for a reason. The coaches have trust in you. Just go out there and play. I feel like that's just all you have to do. When you put pressure on yourself, that's when bad things go. That's when bad things happen.
I was just gonna say, like, how do the fans compare from when you're in college and high school, and then Philly and Cleveland? Obviously, Philly fans have a crazy reputation.
Philly fans are crazy. Yeah, Philly fans.
But it's like nuts. You go from high school where you're probably universally loved regardless of what happened, and then college there's probably a few more hecklers, but NFL obviously it's if you're not playing well, you're getting booed. I mean, I've only been booed at Oregon State at Research one time, and that was when we lost to Sac State, and that was really.
It probably wasn't you personally. It was.
Yeah, I mean, it was a team, but I never seen a player get booed to the point that he gets booed and he throws a touchdown pass. They're screaming for him, and then he comes and throwing the interception, and they're booing him again. Like that's some crazy. Fans they're intense about it, and they'll let you know if they like you or not.
And Philly fans, I suppose, they're just another level.
Yeah, Philly fans are nuts. Philly fans are nuts.
I was seeing Marcus.
It was crazy.
Philadelphia or Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it was crazy. The first time I played him, I mean, because I was the PP on punt, and so I'm at the line of scrimmage and I'm making calls at the line, and it was just like Marcus is right there, like in the Steelers uniform, and I'm pointing at him, like making a call, like to him. It was crazy seeing him out there. I have like the picture in my head that probably won't ever like go away. It's just like that moment I saw, like he was smiling at me, I was smiling back at him, so it was cool.
Well, your first game too with Philadelphia, you were across from Santana Moss.
Yeah,
First
that,
Monday
first
night?
That Monday night game. Yeah.
That had to be a little.
Yeah, it was intense. It was intense. I mean, I looked across and I was standing. I was in cover one against Santana Moss, and he runs the out route, and they overthrew it. So it was kind of like, damn. Like, I don't know. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Have you looked at your schedule next year? I don't mean they don't have the
yet.
dates, but they have the opponents and everything. So
I haven't looked at it yet. I'm not even
Okay.
gonna look at it for probably a couple months, or at least a month. I'm trying to not even football's second right now. In my life, I'm trying to figure out stuff in my life. I'm taking all of January off, so.